Genesis 27. A mother and her favorite son are about to screw the other child out of his inheritance. It's the biblical version of Knives Out. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so weak that he could no longer see, he called for Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son?" "Here I am," he answered. That whole last chapter was about how Isaac was blessed, and now he's dying. So much for those blessings. Isaac said, "I am now an old man, and don't know the day of my death. Now then, get your equipment, your quiver and bow, and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." "I'm dying. I can't see. I'm weak." "Give me that tasty, tasty meat, or else God is going to curse you." Also, no one knows the day of their death. That's true even if you're dying. Unless you have an appointment with the firing squad, death is fairly unpredictable. So Isaac should not be holding that over anyone. Now Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau left for the open country to hunt game and bring it back, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Look, I overheard your father say to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some game and prepare me some tasty food to eat, so that I may give you my blessing in the presence of the Lord before I die.' Now, my son, listen carefully and do what I tell you. Go out to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, so I can prepare some tasty food for your father, just the way he likes it. Then, take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing before he dies." Rebekah, you conniving sister wife. In chapter 25, verse 23, God told Rebekah that the older kid would eventually serve the younger one. And Lady Macbeth over here is clearly just rushing to fulfill that prophecy by tricking her almost blind husband into blessing her favorite child instead of his favorite child. The family dynamics here are just insane. Jacob doesn't even chime in with, "I don't know about this, Mama, that seems immoral." All he's gonna say is the plan may not work. Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, while I have smooth skin. What if my father touches me? I would appear to be tricking him and would bring down a curse on myself rather than a blessing." Not the reaction you would expect from a decent child. Jacob could have said, "No, mother, that would be deceptive and wrong." Instead, he goes with, "But Dad's gonna find out if he realizes I'm not a hairy red monkey, and this could all backfire." And consider what he's afraid of. If Daddy finds out I'm lying, he'll think I'm tricking him. "You are! You deserve to be punished!" His mother said to him, "My son, let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Go and get them for me." I didn't know you could just pass along a curse like that. But okay, I guess we can continue with the baby goat slaughter. If Daddy's blind, he also won't notice one twin dressed up to look like the other, like this is a bad 80s movie. So he went and got them, and brought them to his mother, and she prepared some tasty food, just the way his father liked it. Then Rebekah took the best clothes of Esau, her older son, which she had in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. She also covered his hands and the smooth part of his neck with the goat skins. Then she handed to her son Jacob the tasty food and the bread she had made. She gave Jacob Esau's clothes and put goat hair on his body. The Bible. It's an instruction manual for very incompetent criminals. What a crappy costume, too. Forget looking more like your brother, just slap this goat hair on the back of your hands and neck. Not your face, or legs, or chest, or arms, or wherever most people have hair. Why bother with that? He went to his father and said, "My father." "Yes, my son," he answered. "Who is it?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing." This is never going to work. It's been like 2 minutes since Esau left the house. How do you murder an animal, prepare it, and serve it so quickly? I know Isaac is blind, but he is not an idiot. Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" "The Lord, your God, gave me success," he replied. Isaac almost figured it out. But Jacob knew the age-old Christian trick. Just give God credit and you'll get away with anything. Always works. Somewhere, God is like, "Don't drag me into your web of lies." Oh, who am I kidding? I'm constantly telling people to deceive others. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near so I can touch you, my son, to know whether you really are my son Esau or not." Oh, damn. Isaac knows something is up. What father would hear his son say, "I have something for you," and respond with, "Okay, but come closer because, I don't know, maybe your crazy mother dressed you up like your twin brother and I need to make sure that's not happening"? The plot has been foiled, Jacob. Just give up now. Jacob went close to his father Isaac, who touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. So he proceeded to bless him. "Are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "I am," he replied. This is the dumbest family, I swear. "You sound like Jacob, but this glued-on goat hair feels just like my other son. I guess you must be him." Then he said, "My son, bring me some of your game to eat so that I may give you my blessing." Jacob brought it to him, and he ate. And he brought some wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come here, my son, and kiss me." Well, that got awkward quickly. I wonder if Abimelech is watching from his window. But okay, now the game is over, right? It's not just touching Jacob's arm. Isaac is about to get face to face with Jacob. The jig is up. So he went to him and kissed him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, "Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you heaven's dew and earth's richness, and abundance of grain and new wine. May nations serve you and peoples bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may the sons of your mother bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed." It worked. The dumbest criminal masterminds pulled it off. I can't believe it. Apparently, they never washed clothes in this household either. Just putting Esau's clothes on Jacob was enough to seal the deal. Your arms feel like Esau. Your clothes smell like Esau. You say you're Esau, and I'm an idiot, so we're good. The only thing that could screw this up now is like Esau walking back in unexpectedly. After Isaac finished blessing him, and Jacob had scarcely left his father's presence, his brother Esau came in from hunting. He too prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father. Then he said to him, "My father, please set up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing." Oh my God, it's happening! His father Isaac asked him, "Who are you?" "I am your son," he answered, "your firstborn, Esau." Oh my God, I am so excited right now. Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed." Help me out here, people. Isaac blessed Jacob accidentally. He didn't give Jacob cash. He didn't give him a car. He did this. Why is this some kind of ironclad agreement? Just undo the blessing. Say the magic words in reverse or something. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with a loud and bitter cry and said to his father, "Bless me too, my father." But he said, "Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing." Esau said, "Isn't he rightly named Jacob? This is the second time he has taken advantage of me. He took my birthright, and now he's taken my blessing." Then he asked, Haven't you reserved any blessing for me? That last question is both sad and weird. It's a blessing, not cake. There's not some finite amount to go around. It's not like Christians think God responds to prayers by saying, "Sorry, I can't help you today. Someone in Alabama just took the last one. Try again next week." Isaac answered Esau, "I have made him lord over you, and have made all his relatives his servants, and I have sustained him with grain and new wine. So what can I possibly do for you, my son?" I don't know, press Control Z? And even if Isaac said all that, it's been 2 minutes. Does Jacob already have a kingdom and slaves and food and wine? He's probably standing outside the door in his makeshift goat costume. Just go tackle him. Esau said to his father, "Do you only have one blessing, my father? Bless me too, my father." Then Esau wept aloud. He's asking the right question. "Dad, it's a blessing. Just give me one. It's fine." The crying is a nice touch. Asking nicely didn't work, so he's going for the emotional plea. His father Isaac answered him, "Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck." That's not a blessing. Isaac is basically cursing the son who's already been screwed over his entire life. Esau did everything Daddy asked, but he gets no love. His future is nothing but a violent hellscape, at least for a while. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." You know, I'm not saying killing is okay, but I say we let him have this one. Jacob is a little punk. Though I don't understand how he went from 0 to murder with no in between. Why not just, not be Jacob's slave? Esau lost his birthright because he was too hungry for stew. And he just lost the blessing because Isaac was too hungry for goat. This whole family has been screwed over because they just can't wait a second for dinner. And also, that means Esau could have had everything he ever wanted if he just stayed home and did nothing, which is what I have been telling myself during the entire pandemic. When Rebecca was told what her older son Esau had said, she sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Your brother Esau is planning to avenge himself by killing you. Now then, my son, do what I say. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's fury subsides. When your brother is no longer angry with you and forgets what you did to him, I'll send word for you to come back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day?" Oh yeah, Esau is totally gonna forget this. It's not like this is the most significant thing that's ever happened in his life. Rebecca doesn't even bother apologizing to Jacob for putting him in the middle of this whole mess. She just sends him away for a while. How long is a while? If it's just a few days, that seems like a weirdly short time for Esau's rage to boil over. This seems like a good time to remind everyone of how much the Bible hates women. Eve was tricked by a serpent. Noah's wife and Lot's wife never get names. Sarah was cruel to her slave Hagar. Lot's daughters sexually assaulted him. And now Rebecca is scheming to trick Isaac. There are more female role models in the Republican Party than in the Bible so far. Then Rebecca said to Isaac, "I'm disgusted with living because of these Hittite women. If Jacob takes a wife from among the women of this land, from Hittite women like these, my life will not be worth living." Look at her pretending she had nothing to do with this family drama. She's acting like the victim when she's the instigator. Whatever happened to sweet Rebecca who gave water to strangers and camels? It was all an act. And why is she sad about sending away her own son after using him to lie and receive a blessing? She's afraid that by sending him to Haran, he'll find a Canaanite wife there and the bloodline will be ruined. She's deceptive and racist. If there's any silver lining to this, it's that Rebecca will be punished for this. At least according to what's written in the Bible, this is the last time she will ever see Jacob. She just said goodbye to her favorite child, and she doesn't even know it. Just to wrap this all up, who are the good characters in this story? Rebecca and Jacob just pulled off a heist, but they got what they wanted, at least for now. Esau did everything that was asked of him, and he got screwed over, twice. Isaac was supposedly blessed, but he was nearly murdered when he was younger, can't even properly identify his own hairy son now, and spends his old age clamoring for meat. And God doesn't even show up in this whole mess. Moral of the story? Lying is fine, but only if you're guaranteed to get away with it. It helps when no one in the Bible is a good detective. And apparently, blessings are a limited resource in biblical times. Once you bless someone, your stash is depleted.